Well, every year, more and more Georgia families lose loved ones to overdoses. Just look at some of the numbers that we have here. In 2019, less than 400 Georgians died from an overdose. Last year, well above 1,200. And that's why there's a push to make the life-saving drug medicine naloxone, or Narcan, more accessible. Atlanta News First Rachel Aragon is live in Midtown tonight to explain. Rachel, good evening.
Yeah, Savannah, good evening. We now know FDA recently making a push urging drug makers to apply for over-the-counter acceptance now of naloxone, meaning if this does go through, Savannah, in the near future, we could possibly stop by your nearby pharmacy and pick up that very product off the shelves. We'll closer look at these overdose numbers, not just here in Georgia, but also across the country. Sadly, though, the deadly drug overdoses have increased both nationally and here in Georgia. Department of Public Health saying from 2019 to 2021, fentanyl-involved overdose deaths increased by 230%, with some community-based programs offering the life-saving medication. In Georgia, you can buy naloxone from your pharmacist without a prescription from your doctor. Well, Ashley Black is the executive director of an addiction recovery support center in Central Georgia, and she says removing the hurdle of going through a pharmacist would help remove the stigma surrounding drug addiction.
You could discreetly go and pick it up, because with that shame and that stigma that follows addiction around, that's what we're trying to break, is that stigma.
Now, that new FDA notice does not guarantee that naloxone product will be hitting the shelves anytime soon. They're still waiting on more data and applications to be submitted. Live in Midtown, Rachel Aragon, Atlanta News First.
Across the country, states are trying different ways to combat rising overdose deaths. In both Washington and California, there were pushes to open safe injection sites. These would be locations where drug users could go to safely inject drugs with trained medical professionals on standby. In California, the governor shot down the idea, and it was blocked by the courts in Seattle.